Well, I threatened yesterday to start talking about this idea of Kriya Shakti. Kriya Shakti. You've heard me use both of those constituent parts of that compound word many times. Kriya and Shakti. Shakti is energy, power, the ability to move and act. Prana is Shakti, Prana Shakti. And Kriya is action, movement, forward motion. Yeah. So if we put power with movement, we have creation, we have activity, manifestation. So the concept of Kriya Shakti is using energy to create something, energy to do something, to make something happen, to bring something into the world. So it's also known as the concept of abundance. And let's talk a little bit about that today and tomorrow and maybe a third day. Creating something, right? The power of creation. It's actually a superhero power. It's a super siddhi, a siddhi that the yogis teach us is possible for everyone, but especially for advanced yogis. Now, what makes a yogi an advanced yogi? It's really someone who can control their mind at a high level. You're an advanced yogi when you can learn to control and utilize mental energy, right? For good in the world. So we want to acknowledge the fact that there is a left-handed path and a right-handed path in yoga and in tantra and in many spiritual traditions. There are two different intentions, if you like, intentions for doing anything. Is your action relatively selfishly motivated, or is your action relatively altruistically motivated? And I'm sort of simplifying it just for ease of discussion. And of course, there might be some disagreements or some challenges to the way I'm describing that. But the right-handed path in religion and in tantric practices is generally that of altruism and unselfishness, which we're not going to judge as good or bad. The left-handed path is typically for uses that are selfishly motivated, and that's not good or bad either. Maybe you need to build power in your own life to do something for yourself. And so there's no judgment, there's a left-handed and right-handed path. So when Terry and I wrote our book, we focused on the right-handed path. And most of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, most of the translations and transliterations are written from a perspective of right-handed path as well. So let's identify our own motivations for things before we decide to put any plans into action. We need to be honest and clear as to our why we want something. So if we want to manifest $10 million, why? Okay, I know the answers might be kind of obvious. Well, I want money. Give me money. But what will you do with it? What good will it do for the world? Will you use it for anything besides yourself? Will you do anything to benefit others with it? If you want to manifest a new job, a new car, why? What is the actual underlying motive? What is our real desire for wanting to manifest something? So we should first identify our degree of selfishness, and that's not a bad thing. However, certain teachings do specifically say that when our actions are altruistically motivated, the universe does help. The universe helps because the universe is the overall general energetic field of which we are all a part. And there's some kind of intelligence there that understands who's working for the benefit of all and who's working for the benefit of themselves. Who's out to help others and who's out to help themselves. And so why wouldn't the universe align for an agent for all, for an agent of change and benefit for all? Why wouldn't doors open? Why wouldn't stars align? It kind of seems logical. So it's just like, take that macro cosmic view down to a smaller level and look at maybe an organization. Like, let's say if you're part of a church, and let's say that you want to do some good for the benefit of the parishioners. Why wouldn't the church organization help you? Why wouldn't they, right? They'd probably offer assistance, guidance, manpower, resources. It works on all levels, in your family unit and all the way up to the universe. If you're working for the greater good, you will have help. So let's lay that foundational concept first. And then as it relates to this grand cycle of evolution, beginner yogis versus advanced yogis, and how we can use power differently in different ways, there is a definite path. And let's read something from Helena Blavatsky. So that's a name I don't mention too often, but HPB, Helena Petrovna Blavatsky, was one of the founders of the Theosophical Society in 1875, and she produced several monumental works on life and the universe and the cosmos and how spirituality works. There's a quote from her at the beginning of the Ancient Wisdom book that we put in at the very beginning, and it was something that she wrote near the end of her life, and it relates to this path that we're on, this path of gaining understanding, gaining knowledge, so we can then utilize this extra assistance of the universe more effectively, this power to create, this power of Kriya Shakti. So let's check out this little poem that she wrote. Hey Marina, good morning. Hey Mark, Kelly. There is a road, steep and thorny, beset with perils of every kind, but yet a road, and it leads to the very heart of the universe. I can tell you how to find those who will show you the secret gateway that opens inward only and closes fast behind the neophyte forevermore. There is no danger that dauntless courage cannot conquer. There is no trial that spotless purity cannot pass through. There is no difficulty that strong intellect cannot surmount. For those who win onwards, there is reward past all telling, the power to bless and save all of humanity. For those who fail, there are other lives in which success may come. We are all on a path, and she identifies 3 character traits, 3 qualities to develop to tread the path mindfully and effectively. And those 3 traits, dauntless courage, spotless purity, and strong intellect. So all 3 of those are required in your character development in order to be granted the ability to use Kriya Shakti effectively, to manifest things, create things in life effectively. Dauntless courage, spotless purity, strong intellect. Okay, now Terry and I have done entire class series on these requirements and on this little poem here. I'd love to go more into it, but that's for a different time, so that's why this will be a multi-day discussion. So for our intents and purposes today, let's work on something real together. Let us create a plan and work on this plan to manifest something together. Something tangible, something measurable, something achievable in the next 6 to 18 months. And it could be sooner. It could be a mini manifestation. Like, hey, I intend to manifest positivity today. And then you find yourself smiling and getting a little bit more enthusiastic about life. Of course, there are small things, but let's work on something significant. Why not, right? So there's a process that we want to go through. All right. I don't want the talk to go too long this morning, but I want us to at least start this process of identifying something that you want to bring into your life, something that you want to create more of, different. You want to change something. So let's do this little exercise together during our meditation. So please sit tall. Begin to just let your mind, wander a little bit on what needs to be more. What does there need to be more of in your life, or something different, or what do you need to create? Okay. So start to wander. Allow your mind to jump around. And close the eyes. Deepen the breath. Think about all areas of your life, not just physical things, not just material things. Think about things that you might be able to use as tools that will, of course, help yourself, but also how will something allow you to do your work in life more effectively, which will benefit others. We're going to come back to it, of course, but I want you to start breathing deeper now and breathing more intentionally. Engage Ujjayi breath in the throat so you feel and hear the vibration of your breath. Make it as smooth as possible and as deep as possible. Bhastrika, bellows breath. It's Kapalabhati times 2. So instead of just emphasizing the exhale, it's a pull and push motion with the inhale and exhale emphasized equally. It sounds like this. Pumping the stomach in and out. Go at your own pace. Please begin. Put your awareness around the navel and sense heat being built there, sense energy building or light behind and above the navel in the abdomen. You might sense your body getting warm. That's good. You're building energy. Please continue. Now exhale completely. Inhale big and lift that energy energetically up through the body. Breathe in fully and hold the breath and hold that energy in the head now. Feel an upward motion. The energy lifts from the abdomen, up the spine, into the head. You're holding your breath, lower the chin, and feel the energy expanding in the head now. It's continuing to lift from the abdomen into the head. When you need to exhale, do so slowly. And another round of the same thing. Bhastrika breath with the belly pumping slowly in and out. If you choose to go faster, please do, but it doesn't need to be fast. It just needs to be rhythmic, smooth, and even, building additional light, heat, and energy in the midsection. More seconds. Exhale, and then as you inhale, lift the energy, rise it up, raise it from the midsection all the way to the head, hold the breath, lower the chin, Jalandhara Bandha, feel the energy being seated at the third eye, expanding in the head, holding the breath, energy lifting and growing in the head. Holding longer if you can. If you need to exhale, please do. Now just be still. Let your awareness rest in the head, in the midbrain, the third eye center, roughly between the temples. Let the breath return to natural. The first step in manifesting anything, whether it's tangible or intangible, is to create a clear picture, a clear thought of the manifested thing, the manifested idea, the manifested situation. So now, in your mind's eye, begin to clarify what exactly it looks like, what exactly it will be like, it will feel like, what will you be? Develop clarity. Once you've manifested this thing, this idea, this change in your life. If it's a material object, see the outline in clarity of what it looks like. If it's an attitude or an idea, develop the clear awareness of how you will feel and think and act once it is yours. If it's a situation, see clearly how you will live and how others will live and operate in the situation. Allow your mind to rest on one image. There are probably many aspects or factors involved in the realization of this thing. Pick one prominent or dominant image and allow your mind to focus on that. And now for the last part of today's practice, see how others will be benefited by achieving this manifestation. How will your part of the world be changed? How will other people's lives be affected? Please take a deep inhale. Bring your hands to your heart center in prayer. And before we open the eyes, take a moment now. Identify what the abundance is that you have right now in your life. What you have around you, within you, surrounding you, that is abundant and good. And now develop a sense of gratitude for that. Be thankful to yourself, to the universe, to your chosen family. One more deep inhale and exhale. Open the eyes, please. Okay, tomorrow and the next day we'll do similar techniques to solidify the image of what we want to manifest. And we'll do a little experiment together throughout this process. So thanks for playing. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.